excuse the messy vanity, but I just did a tutorial kind of on this hair. This is the hair and where it's from. It's from Vanlov, which is an AliExpress company. I did already film this video, but I didn't like it because the hair was thin and I ended up adding more tracks into my wig to make it fuller. So hair that I have, let me pull it up because I don't want to lie to y'all. The hair that I have is the Peruvian loose wave in the lengths 26, 26, 22, and 20 with the 20-inch frontal. I did use pretty much all of the hair except for this little bit that I had left over. This little piece of track, this little piece of track, and this little piece. And it's all cut up because I did make the wig, and then I realized that I probably had like a full bundle and a half of hair left. So I was like, yo, this hair is a little thin. I want to make it a little bit more luscious. So I went back in and added tracks in. So I had to cut them, you know, to fit them into the spaces to add more hair in. And the hair was thin on the ends, which you guys will see. And I did cut it to just even it off and just make the ends look a little bit more fuller. I didn't cut off much length, but the hair probably falls now around a 24 or something like that. I only cut a little bit off. And I did this style with the hair. I've never did this style with more of like a straight or body wave type hair and did one curls in it. So yeah, I really love this style. I haven't worn it out yet. Don't mind the little flyaways. They will go away once I tie my hair down. But I really love how this looks. It's so cute. Y'all can't wait to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to get me out a cute outfit to wear. And we're going to get it shopping. And I go get my nails done this week. So, you know, new hair, new nails. That's just life. Like, I love whenever I have my hair freshly done and a fresh new set of nails. Well, it's not gonna be a new set, but I'm gonna change up my color. So yeah, I wanted to come and show you guys my hair. So enough about everything else. I really love this hair. It's really soft. I've already worn it, like I said, but it wasn't full, so I haven't actually worn it with all of the bundles installed yet. But the hair is really soft. The only thing about it, as far as the bundles go, they don't really shed a lot, but the ends were a little bit thinner than what I would have liked them to be. But if you get like a 26, and maybe if you want like a 24-inch, I would say buy a 26 and cut it a little bit, which I know is going to make the price go up a little bit, but the hair is really nice. And if you want to keep the length the way that it is, your ends will just be a little bit more thin, which kind of makes it look more realistic anyway. But I wanted it to be a little bit more full and voluminous, so I did cut the ends off a little bit. So yeah, it's up to you, personal preference, whatever you want to do. But the ends were a little thin for my taste. And also on the frontal, I believe it came pre-plucked and it was like over plucked, because whenever I went behind it and plucked, you know, a little bit further back, I found that it looked bald. So what I actually did was cut off a lot of the lace in the front where they had kind of already plucked it, and then I just re-plucked the whole thing to make it look the way that it does. And I think it looks really nice. Like it gradually fades, but it's not too over plucked. And the way that I like to pluck is really simple. I'm gonna do a video for you guys on how to pluck your frontals, because it's really, really easy, and I feel like anyone can do it the way that I do it, and you won't really overdo it. But with this particular frontal, you do have to be very, very careful whenever you are plucking it, because the hairs pull out so easy that you can definitely make this frontal bald. And I also find that whenever I just brush the frontal out and I'm styling it and stuff, the hairs do kind of shed more from the frontal. And I guess, you know, I don't know if it was already over processed or something from them bleaching the knots and then me bleaching the knots, or maybe I over bleached it, I don't know. But the knots didn't even bleach all the way through. Like, some of them are still black, so I don't know how it's over processed. But the hairs pull out so easy out of the frontal. So in some ways that could be a good thing for beginners, because you don't really have to wrestle with it. And I always wet mine down first because it makes it easier. So maybe if you do it on dry hair, it won't pull out so easy. But these hairs pulled out super, super easy, more than any other frontal that I have ever had. So yeah, that was really easy to pluck it, but you can over pluck it, so be careful with that. That's like my main thing with the frontal. And also with styling it and combing it out and things like that, if the hair is shedding out, it is gonna bulge your frontal out faster, you know, like make it thinner faster. So I don't think this frontal will last for a year or something like that, especially if you switch up your styles a lot. Now if you just do like a middle part and you only wear the wig like that, put it on, take it off, whatever, in the same style mostly, then it'll probably last longer. But if you do different styles like what I just did, you know, you want to do half up, half down, you want to do side part, middle part, whatever, and you're switching it up a lot, it's probably going to shed more and you won't be able to have the frontal for as long. But I don't know, it may last long, but it just sheds, you know, a lot more than what I'm used to. So yeah, I really like the style that I achieved with this hair. Like I said, it doesn't really shed, but the frontal does shed. The hair didn't have a funny smell, it doesn't tangle. The shipping was fast. It's an AliExpress company, so that means that they are definitely an affordable company. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say about this hair. So I just stuck the wig down to my head. It probably looks a little crazy right now. I do need to still add some more powder into the wig because all of the knots did not bleach properly, but the wig is already on. And yeah, I'm gonna tie it down with my scarf so that the gel and the hairspray can dry and really hold the wig intact good. What I apply my wigs with, usually if I'm not wearing it for that long, just like for a week or something, I will use my Gorilla Snot gel and this hairspray. The other one in the yellow can, I don't know, I just like this one better. And if I'm just applying my wig for the day, sometimes I will only just use Pump It Up and then like a little bit of this. So yeah, the wig is on, and I'm also going to clean around the edges because it is a yellow gel. I already kind of parted the hair off a little bit. Don't mind this little part right here. It's still kind of like wet right there, but once it dries you won't be able to see that. So I just wanted to show y'all that if you pull the hair from the frontal only, your ponytail is going to be thin. And what you can do is use some extra track hair to wrap around it. But since we're wearing it only in this ponytail style, like if you want to do it in a bun, you definitely want to just use this hair and maybe add some hair. But if you want to do just like the half up, half down ponytail style, you can add hair from your tracks. So that is what I am going to do. So I'm just gonna pull some hair. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look in my mirror and kind of show y'all what I'm doing. And this is like how I do my hair when I have a sew-in. You don't want to try to get like a defined part. You want to let the part be kind of jagged, so that way if your tracks do show, it's not going to be as noticeable. Like if you just, you know, part the hair regular, you will be able to see the tracks for sure. But when you part it more jagged, it's going to be a little bit harder to tell, if y'all know what I mean. So I'm just trying to part off some hair and see how full I get my ponytail to decide how much I want to add in. This hair is very full now. I still don't know if I want to cut it or not, but it's definitely a lot fuller than it was previously before I added in the extra tracks. And I am getting some shedding because some of the tracks are cut, as you know. Like I said, I added in tracks, so I had to make them fit in spaces. So I couldn't do the fold over method, of course, because anywhere that I kind of had gaps, that's where I went back in and added more hair at. So let's see, the ends actually don't look that bad, but I think I'm gonna trim them off a little bit. And it's gonna be kind of hard to show you guys because the hair is quite long. Let's see if I can stand up and show y'all how I do a trim. Take the hair and I'm gonna take one side and I'm gonna see how long I want it to fall. So I'm just gonna cut off these little ends, and I'm gonna put my trash can on the floor to catch any hairs and just brush it out completely. And I don't know how long. I'm just going to cut off about that much, like the little raggedy ends. And I'm just going to do a snip right across. So that's what we have. And then to make it even, I think that looks a lot better. So what I'm going to do to make it even is just brush out this side, and then I bring it together with this side right in the front. This is an easy way to do it yourself. And I'm just gonna pull it down and cut it. After I cut it, then I'm gonna go back in, pull both sides together like a little beard, and then pull them down and see. This side is a little bit longer, so I'm just gonna trim it some more. Just keep checking it and try to make it as even as possible. Whenever you comb the hair back, it'll line up perfectly. Mine's usually does. And since I'm putting curls in it, it doesn't really matter, but you want it to be somewhat even so you can't really tell. So yeah, I think I got it pretty straight. So that's good. Now I like the length of it, and I like that the ends are more full. J Rossi Beats. So I finished the curls at the back part of the wig or whatever, or the bottom part of my hair. So next what I'm gonna do is pull out some baby hairs. I feel like this ponytail is still not gonna be that thick, but I think it'll be thick enough. So I'm gonna pull out baby hairs and then cut them. Y'all, I don't know if I could do this on camera because I need to look in the mirror. So yeah, I'm about to pull out some baby hairs, and then I'll try to come back and show y'all how I cut them and lay them down, and then we'll slick up the ponytail, curl it, and y'all know we gonna get it popping. All right, y'all, so I laid these baby hairs popping, boo. I'm sorry, y'all, I couldn't do it on camera because it was kind of hard. I did add some extra powder, so it's probably a little ashy, but we'll get rid of that soon. And I just used my Eco Styler gel. I keep a little bit in here, and I'm gonna go over it probably with this gel to try to lock it down, because I don't want to be redoing my baby hairs every day. Like, I want them to be stuck on my head, but I don't want them to look crunchy. I don't like when my edges look crunchy on my wigs or whatever. Like, I try to make them look, you know, somewhat natural. And this is kind of how I wear my real baby hairs, so for me they look pretty natural. And I find that the Eco Styler gel hardens and it, you know, holds them in place, but it doesn't look too crunchy. Like, it's still a soft hold. So everything is looking up. It's looking good, boo. I'm gonna be cute at work tomorrow, y'all. Okay, so now we gotta slick this ponytail up. So I usually like to use my hot comb, but I don't feel like plugging it up. I'm being lazy a little bit, so I'm just gonna use my wand curler. Plus, a lot of y'all probably don't even have a hot comb. Most of you probably do have, you know, a curling iron or a curling wand. So this is the way that you can do it, and you just want to push your hair up and kind of train it to go where you want it to go so it can lay nice and flat. I didn't add any product or anything, no spritz or mousse or nothing like that. I'm just doing it on dry hair, and I'm just kind of pushing the hair back. And it's, you know, the wand is hot, so it's gonna kind of melt the hair in the way that we want it to go. right, y'all, I'm feeling this. I did do a ponytail in the middle before with a bun with some curly hair. Never with like straight or like loose wave or body wave or whatever, and do some curls in it. I think my ponytail is full enough. I just have to tease it up right and make sure that I spray it into place so that my hair in the back doesn't move at all. But for the most part, this is kind of how it will look. And you just have to fluff this up and make it kind of more even. And of course, I would wrap a piece of hair around. I'll just kind of show y'all what it look like. You can either leave it out kind of like this, or you can pull it behind your ear and do like some sideburns, or you can just tuck it all behind. This little part is lifted a little bit, so I have to lay that back down, but for the most part, this is the look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And yeah, it's really easy. This is a lot easier than doing like the bangs style, because to get your ponytail just in the middle, it's a lot easier to get my ponytail nice and slick, because it always gets bumps in it, and it still kind of has a bump in it, but you can't really tell. I split my ponytail into two, and I put one ponytail in, and then I did the next ponytail and gathered the hair with it so that it can lay flat, and that works a lot better, because whenever I try to do all the hair into one ponytail, I have to keep doing it over and over and over, and it's just a bumpy hot mess. So yeah, this is the hair. If you guys have questions, leave them down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.